guys, what are we gonna do today? This is what we're gonna do today. I know I told you a week or two ago we were gonna do this. We're doing it today. So after you found a journal that you would like to cover, this is handmade paper. It's called latke paper. And this is just what I'm gonna use. You could use whatever you would like. I'm gonna lay my journal right here all the way out. I'm gonna draw about a 1/2 inch from the top and bottom edges. I drew a line about a 1/2 inch. It might even be closer to 3/4 of an inch, but you can trim this if you need to. The one thing you want to know is on the two ends, you want to make that a little bit longer. So maybe 1 inch on both sides, and draw a line and cut that out. So I'm going to lay my book on here and just center it, and I'm going to draw 2 lines where the center binding is on both sides and make a slit there. I'm going to start at the front. I'm going to put glue here, and I am going to glue the front on. So the reason I give myself extra on the ends is because when you fold your book shut like this, it may pull it. I am pressing this into the little crevice here so you have room that when you open it, you're not going to rip your book cover. And that's why I give it just a little bit extra going the opposite way, because you're going to notice when you open it, it's just, see how that is. And it might bubble up a little, but when it's completely dry, it will lay flat. So now I'm gonna look at my inside. I probably don't need quite this much, but I may put it on here anyway. I'm gonna fold these up, see where I need them. I'm gonna make a little slit here. And there are so many different ways you can do this. I'm trimming a little bit of the excess off here. A little bit of an angle. All I'm gonna do is I made a slit here and just a slight angle here. This is mostly all gonna be covered up. I just didn't want a big piece hanging out, so I'll do it again over here. There. And just at a slight angle here, and like that, and like that. So I'm gonna glue this down. Fold this end down. Fold this end down. Add a little bit here. Fold this down. Add a little bit to the edges here. Take this page, and that is going to cover that up, and it looks nice and finished. And then we're going to do the other side the same way. And if it starts to bubble, this will, you can press it with your plastic bag or some saran wrap. But when it dries, once again, these bubbles will go out. I'm just using Aleene's tacky glue, but you could use any type of glue or a glue stick or whatever you would like. I just really want this to adhere really, really well to this. And when this is done, all the bubbles will come out. Snip these little corners here. piece of parchment paper, lay it over the top, and I have a hot iron here. Can you see all these bubbles that are still in this paper? Now watch, I'm gonna put my parchment paper over the top. I love this. This works so nicely. And most of them are already out. And when it dries more, it'll even get flatter. This works really, really well. I'm gonna do the back side. Now, wasn't that easy? On this other book, what I did is, if you look at one of our other videos, we had done paper pulp in our molds, and that's what I used as one of the paper pulp pieces. But since I don't have it in here right now, we are just gonna do one out of clay and put it on here. If you guys have watched me before, I am just putting some cornstarch in my mold. Lay that there. Let's do the other one. So now I'm just going to glue these onto my book after I make sure I have it upside up. There we go. So I'm going to let this dry and just kind of get a little bit of a crust on it. Then I'm going to paint it. So I just got a little bit of a crust on it. It's not completely dry, but I'm just going to paint these real quick, just real carefully. Just paint them and then let them dry a little more. So when your clay is dry, then you're going to wax, and I'm using a clear wax. You can use any type of clear wax you would like, a fancy one or one from the hardware store. A little dark wax on here. And I'm using just a little bit of a gold wax. And it's not going to show up a whole lot because this is white or an off-white color, but it'll give it a little bit of a shimmer. If you did colored birds, you would definitely see it a lot more. Okay, so this was really fast and easy to do. Just glue your paper on, add whatever you want to the front, and you're done. It was a little different than the last one we did, covering a journal, and we're using handmade paper this time. So I hope you try it out, but whatever you do, have fun.